Hazak u'baruch. Rosh Chodesh Tov to everyone. Bezrat Hashem Mincha is going to be at 4:15. Please be on time. After the second minyan, which is about to start, we're going to have a very, very big breakfast, a very big event, and it's a great honor for our Keidah to be able to also have Rabbi Shlomo Yonasan Harris of Yeshivas Chavetz Chaim to come and address us with words of Divrei Torah. So that's very exciting, and that's hopefully everybody will be able to come and make it. It's basically going to be in another hour plus downstairs, right? The breakfast is going to be downstairs. It's going to be very, very big. It's an impressive breakfast sponsored by Yerushat Avot and primarily the post-high school young men of Yerushat Avot. So they should be blessed for many, many years to come. Amen ve'amen. Say a quick halacha. As we know, Bezrat Hashem, soon we're going to be starting V'ten Tanu Matar Ivracha. And the question is, what happens when a person comes from Eretz Yisrael, who already started to say V'ten Tanu Matar Ivracha on the 7th of Cheshvan, to America? What is the halacha? So we have to break down this halacha into two possibilities. The first one is before the 7th of Cheshvan, meaning someone in Eretz Yisrael comes to America before the 7th of Cheshvan, which is before the time that even he began to mention, and he remains throughout the duration of the 7th of Cheshvan and beyond. Do we treat him like a person of Eretz Yisrael, or do we say, no, look, that's when you were in Eretz Yisrael, but now you're in America? Now, what's the halacha in this case? So everybody agrees if he came and he's moving here, then he has the status of America. But the question is, what happens if he left women and children in Eretz Yisrael? He's definitely going back, or he's planning to go back in the next few months. He's here for a few months, and then he's going to end up going back. In those cases where he's still attached to Eretz Yisrael, he's still a resident of Eretz Yisrael, but he happens to be here in America. So I say we have to split this up into two camps, because if he did not yet mention, so then there's more reason to say that he should not mention, because he hasn't started yet. And the halacha actually brings down a major dispute, and halacha lema'aseh, what would be the proper conduct for such a case, is to make sure that he mentions in Shomea Tefillah, not to mention Barech Aleinu like in Eretz Yisrael they would do, but also not to entirely omit it because he's still connected to Eretz Yisrael. Sort of this compromise where you do mention, but you don't mention it in Barech Aleinu. You say Barechenu like all the people in Chutz La'aretz, but you mention V'ten Tanu Matar Ivracha in the Shomea Tefillah. At least you get that benefit of the Eretz Yisrael, and you're praying on behalf of Eretz Yisrael. All of that is if he comes here before the 7th of Cheshvan. And tomorrow, B'ezrat Hashem, we'll discuss what happens if he comes after, where he already started saying Barech Aleinu. What do we tell him to do in that case? Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen ve'amen.